YouTube was It's your boy Zell back with another banger video. In this video, Shakur Stevenson says Haney is an attraction to the public and he's open to make a fight at 140 in 2025. And boxing casuals, I done already read some articles and seeing a lot of the casual fanboys saying that the fight gonna be boring. But I'm gonna tell you in this video why it's the opposite. Let's get it. First of all, Shakur says he's open to fight Devin Haney at 140 pounds. And I was mentioning this in my past videos because Shakur Stevenson and Keyshawn Davis, if you follow boxing, you know that they've been best friends for a long time. So you know that them two saying they would never fight each other, even though they both gonna be champions in the same weight class. So it was only a matter of time before one of them moved up. And honestly, I thought Keyshawn was gonna be the one who moved up because Keyshawn bigger than Shakur. And the reason I know Keyshawn bigger than him, first of all, Keyshawn taller, he got longer arms. But second of all, Keyshawn Davis' first division is 135. Shakur Stevenson first division was 126, I believe, bro. That's why he a 3 division champion. So we know Keyshawn naturally bigger than Shakur, but I thought Keyshawn was gonna move up. So Shakur moving up is extremely interesting. At 140, I see Shakur having 2 fights that I know for sure that I'm pretty sure he gonna have, and that's because Kambosos, he been rumored to fight against Kambosos, and I really don't care too much for the fight, but it's like a name on his record because Kambosos got his whole name from beating Teofimo Lopez, and he became a glorified journeyman after defeating one of the elite world champions. So Shakur versus Devin Haney at 140 though is gonna be a hell of a fight. This fight was supposed to happen like 2 years ago, but Shakur turned down the contract because he didn't like the split that he got. But it was a lot on the line. It was an undisputed belt. Devin Haney was only playing the cards that he was dealt. Devin Haney got dealt a 22% split from Kambosos' camp, allegedly. So he gave Shakur a 25% split, which is more than he got. But apparently Shakur didn't like the deal, so he turned it down. But I think this is going to be a great fight, honestly. I mean, I like Haney. Obviously, Haney is my favorite fighter. But that don't mean I'm going to take away from him. Like, I like Shakur as well. I like Shakur as a fighter. I think he gets overly criticized. I think he gets overly criticized because when he does good, people criticize him as well. That's how you know you're getting overly criticized. When you do good, they criticize you, and when you do bad, they like try to shame you, publicly shame you. But it's a fight between 2 pound-for-pound fighters that I think is going to be extremely entertaining. And I don't understand why the boxing casuals are already claiming the fight gonna be boring. Well, I say I don't understand, but I know exactly why they doing it. I wish it wasn't that way, but they say you're not the shit if you ain't got people hating on you. Shakur and Devin Haney, some of the most hated boxers in boxing. Now Shakur done did some dumb shit, saying shit like Tyson Fury better than Muhammad Ali, hating on Devin Haney when Devin Haney went undisputed. It was a bunch of hatred going on. And he would be lucky if Devin gives him an opportunity, honestly. I think they should fight, but he turned down Devin fight. He was talking shit when Devin Haney went undisputed. There was a bunch of envy and hatred going on. But what I can say is I guarantee the fight is going to be extremely entertaining, for sure. And people might say, why is it going to be entertaining? They both boring, quote unquote. Devin Haney hasn't had a boring fight in I don't know how long. His last 3 fights were entertaining as hell. It was entertaining versus Loma. Loma brought his A game against Devin. He had an entertaining fight versus Regis. He disabled Regis, took Regis apart, and he had an entertaining fight against Ryan. So Devin Haney's last 3 fights were extremely entertaining, but people not gonna say that because boring is the code word for nigga. He's boring. He a nigga. You know, it's the code. When you call a black fighter boring, you pretty much saying he a nigga. You know, and if you say a black fighter ain't got no skills, you saying the same thing. You know, some people would say Tank Davis can't box, Deontay Wilder can't box, Errol Spence can't box. But then they'll come back around and say Devin Haney boring, Shakur boring. They even said Bud was boring. The dude who knocked 10, 11, 12 people out in a row, they call Bud boring. So as a black fighter, you're going to get overly criticized. And it gets to a point where you don't even care. Like, you start looking at the people criticizing you and realizing that it don't matter. And I think that's when black fighters start entering their mental prime. Because they enter their physical prime. But until you enter your mental prime, I don't think it matters. Because let's look at Tim Bradley. Dude said he was allegedly he was suicidal. He was in his feelings. He was depressed after he beat Pacquiao and people was making racial attacks and shit at him. So he wanted to appease those guys. Bro, fuck them. You felt sad because you won a fight and they racist? I would have felt ecstatic. But that's what comes when you don't have like that strong black figure in your background telling you about self-respect, about loving what you are, about people hating you because of what you are. So that must mean you're probably something special. If people hate you just for existing, you're probably something special. Yeah. And black fighters get hated just for existing. You know, black fighters do the same thing as everybody else does, but because they're black, it gets ostracized in the media. You know, a black fighter coming to a fight heavy. Um, he a weight bully. Devin Haney is a weight bully. Tyson Fury beats Deontay Wilder by outweighing him by like 50 pounds. They call Deontay stupid. So it's like, as a black fighter, it's a double standard against you, never in your favor, and you gotta realize that. And and it gets to a point where you don't give a fuck. That's why when people will criticize you just for saying you like something. Well, you know he's this and that. You're like, okay, cool. What else? Am I supposed to not like him because you don't like him? You know, my brother got that shit bad, yo. I hate to say it, but he hates some black fighters, bro. It's a little coon that be going on, but it is what it is. But yeah, but I guarantee the fight gonna be entertaining because they lack fear. Devin Haney lacks fear in general. He crazy. Shakur Stevenson not gonna really fear Devin Haney because he thinks, quote unquote, Devin Haney ain't got no power. That's what people say. But I guarantee this fight is gonna be extremely entertaining from the beginning to the end. Um, Shakur gonna come to fight Devin. Shakur shouldn't be on his back for too long against Devin because he quote unquote don't got power. And Devin Haney gonna bring the fights to Shakur. He about to fight the Ryan. He gonna bring the fight to Shakur. I know that for a fact. And that's when because they're gonna fight each other. It's just a matter of time. And I hope it's not when they both in their mid-30s on some Joshua Fury shit or never fight like some Joshua Wilder shit. I hope it's never like that. I hope they fight each other in their prime. Shakur getting close to 30, Devin Haney in his mid-20s. It's about that time that they fight each other. Maybe a fight a piece. Maybe they both get a warm up in a piece. Shakur fight Schofield. Devin Haney fight whoever he fights to come back, and then they meet up in like a grand finale. If Tank don't want to fight them, then they should fight each other. Simple. Maybe they can even get a trilogy going if the fights are competitive. It's a lot of ways to make money in boxing. The best fight the best, you never know. Maybe you can get a trilogy. Never have to fight again. Wilder never had to fight again after he fought Fury. He just did it for the pride because he didn't want to retire off a loss, and I respect that. But if Shakur and Devin Haney fight each other, I could see it being a very competitive trilogy where they come back, adjust, make adjustments from the last fight, and try to knock each other the fuck out. But let me know what y'all think. Like, comment, subscribe, and share this. Till next time, man.